seconds to make sure you're sitting in star in 5, 4, your stuff under 2, 3. Good job, Jade. Thank you for pulling that mask out too. Today we're gonna switch it up in math a little bit. We've been talking a lot about adding and subtracting, and we've been focusing on using those 10 sticks, so grouping by 10. Making groups of things is something that we've been working on because it helps us to see different patterns, and it also helps us as math gets a little bit trickier for us, so we know different grouping strategies to help us. Today we're gonna learn about something that we call data. Can you say that?
Data.
Does anyone know what data is, or has anyone heard that word? You've also may have heard it called data. Some people say data, some people say data. One, can you tell us what you know about data already? And as he's talking, Faith is turning around to track it. Her voice is still at level 0, but she's still turning to track. What do you know about data? Or maybe you don't know anything yet, and that's okay.
I forgot.
Okay, you forgot, that's fine. Anyone else who's heard that word before or thinks they know? How about Desire? What do you think you know about data or data?
Shows you like math.
Okay, it can show you some math. Part of it. We're gonna go back to Oliver, and then we'll go to Jay Keys. Let's turn to track our friend Oliver at 3, 2.
Data and data means like research on like computers.
Okay, maybe some research on computers. Great, and Jay Keys, can you add on? I would like to add. Sit up nice and tall, friend. Here, go. That's okay, because today, friends, we're gonna dive into what data might look like and what it is. So just the big picture of data. Data is how we can organize information, and a lot of times using math can help us to organize information. If you take a look over here, I know some of you can see it really well, some of you can't, but a long time ago in the fall, we made this little chart that we used sticky notes, and at the top it says favorite fall activity. So kind of like what we're doing right now with our opinion rating, Scarlett. We are thinking about some of our favorite things. If we would collect all of that information and put it in some sort of chart or visual, that is something that we can call data. Why don't we learn and think about data in first grade? Well, in your life, you're going to have lots of opportunities to learn and to read data. But sometimes, the tricky thing about data is that people sometimes will try to trick you. They'll try to trick you. But if you begin thinking about data and learning how to read it now, will you get tricked later on? No, you'll be smarter than that. You'll know how to read data, you'll know how to look at data. Now you might be thinking, Spin, I still don't know what data is. We're gonna watch Annie and Moby give us a couple really quick examples of what it might look like to collect data. Now, we know that that chart is one example of data. They're gonna show us a couple other ways to look at data. So make sure, Desire, I know that you are leaving very soon, but make sure you've got everything cleared off your desk, because I do want you to hear this, so next time we come back to it, you don't get tricked.
Miss Fan,
Yes.
I kept this in my backpack for you.
Jay Keys is still sitting up in Star, helping himself and his friends around him.
Where should we go on our next class trip? The zoo, the firehouse, or the apple orchard? I'm taking a survey and making a tally. your opinions.
Oh,
Let's
can I?
see. There are 3 dinosaurs here. Let's take a survey to find out which one our classmates like best. We can use a tally chart to record data or information. Let's see. Moby likes the Stegosaurus the best. You can draw 1 tally mark to stand for 1 vote. 5 kids like the Triceratops. So I'll draw 5 tally marks in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th mark is drawn across the other 4. Well, when you group the tally marks by 5s, you can count by 5s.
Hey,
5,
moving.
10, 15, 20. Sets of 5s are easier to count. 7 kids like the T-Rex. So after I draw 5 tally marks, I can add 2 more to make 7.
So they're taking
Oh,
their
right. I
opinions.
forgot to vote. My favorite dinosaur is the Triceratops.
Did you hear her? She said,
Oh,
my
tally mark to
favorite
that,
dinosaur.
It's really easy to add to tally charts. Now I can count the votes and use the tally chart to make a bar graph. What is a bar graph?
Before she gets into that, notice that she's asking that question that we've been asking in writing about some of our favorite things. She's then taking that information, she's taking that data, and she's putting it into tally marks. And we'll work with tally marks soon. Now she's going to put this into something she calls a bar graph. And let's see how she makes that.
A bar graph is a way to organize and show data. You can write the categories on the bottom. The 3 dinosaurs are the categories. Then you can write the numbers on the side. The numbers in our bar graph show how many people voted for each dinosaur. Let's see. One student liked the Stegosaurus the best, so I fill in 1 square. 6 people voted for the Triceratops, so I color in 6 squares. 7 people said the T-Rex was their favorite dinosaur. You can also put the categories on the left and the numbers on the bottom. You can display the same information in a different way so you can understand it better.
See, we don't want to get
How
tricked.
can you use bar graphs to understand information?
So we're going to learn how
Bar
to
graphs help you
understand the
answer
information.
questions. Which dinosaur did people in our class like the best?
The T-Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex. Adessa, put your mask on and tell us how you know that. Come on up. How do you know that the T-Rex was the favorite dinosaur in their class?
Because it has a lot votes than this one and this one.
Hey, it's got a lot more. It is higher or longer than the others. Friends, do you agree that the T-Rex was most liked, or do you think something different? Umberto, let's see one of those signs. Agree that T-Rex was the favorite or something different? Yeah, let's roll those hands down and let's see what that next question we're gonna look at is.
Right, the T-Rex is the most popular. Which dinosaur did people like the least?
T-Rex.
Or, if you don't know, which color? Raise a silent hand. Which color or which dinosaur is that?
Stegosaurus.
Desire, sorry. Grab your backpack. Which color was the least? Color or the word, if you know which word it is. See, I see a couple silent hands. I'm gonna wait. If you're unsure, take a look at that graph. Which one has the least amount of votes? Which one has the least amount of votes? I'll give you about 30 more seconds. Time for Juliana, Juan, and Scarlett to take a think. Which one? think, Juliana?
I think the 10.
The one that has the least amount.
The red one.
The red one. And Umberto, when you sit on your pockets, you can tell us what dinosaur is that one.
The
The
stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus was the dinosaur that was like the least. How do we know that? Jakey's? How do we know that? Come on up.
This one. And then one. Looking at this one. And there's like a red one right here.
Yeah, only one vote. Thank you, Jakey. So you have a seat.
The Stegosaurus got 5 fewer votes than the Triceratops. You can even use the bar graph to figure out the total number of students who voted.
Good job sitting in star, Giovanni.
Just add the votes from each category. 14 kids voted in all. I'm almost done with the survey on where to go for our next class trip. So far, the zoo is the most popular. It has 16 votes. But I don't have your vote yet, Moby. Where do you want to go? The moon? I don't think the bus will get us there.
Hey, burger.
So we're gonna take what Annie and Moby just kind of mentioned to us and introduced to us. We're gonna do a little more work with data because we know that the better we are at reading it, the better we are at explaining things to people who are not only in first grade, but who are also in other grades. Quickly check your body. Is your body still sitting on your pocket? Are you still sitting up nice and tall? Is your brain turned on and ready to go? If it is, say, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If it is, say, If you can take out your green notebook. In 10, 9, Jade did that quietly without turning her voice on. 8, 7, Jade is there and ready to go. 6, Justin got there with 6 seconds left. We have 5, 4, 3. Good job. 1, 2, 0. Looks like all of our friends have that green workbook out. Turn to someone close to you and say, good job, friend.
Good job, friend.
Turn to someone on the other side of you and say, good job, friend.
Good job, friend.
Give yourself a pat on the back, and as you're giving yourself a pat on the back, you're going to turn to page 53.
53.
53.
I'm already on it.
When you're there, please write your name and date at the top. I noticed that everyone in the middle row is looking into their green workbook. 53. I'll write it up here at the top. I can't see the top of my paper right now. Page 53. Odessa is there. She's going to write her name and date at the top. Ooh, we're gonna do Mark has his name and date at the top. Yes, now one at least. Thank you for helping a friend with you. Say, get your name on the top, please, and then start going. I know you're ready. Thank you, Bea. Umberto is there and ready. Remember, write those names and dates at the top. If you have a question or if you're confused, raise that hand just like Bea, and I would love to help you. Wow, Odessa being such a great helper on her team.
A group of people were asking to sell vintages of the color.
All right, class.
Yes! Yes!
I already heard my friend Juan taking a look at the directions at the top. Notice that you see a ton of kids here in this picture or in this image. At the top, use your crisp pointing finger to point to the top in 3. Pull that mask up, friend 2. Thank you so much. When you have that mask up, it shows me that you care about me and that I stay healthy and safe. As I read, you may read along with me, or you may follow along and listen. Are you ready, Giovanni? A group of people were asked to say their favorite color. Organize the data using tally marks and answer the question. One more time. A group of people were asked to say their favorite color. What I want you to do right now, think about your favorite color. Just think about it. When I say go, I want you to whisper shout your favorite color. When I say go, I want you to whisper shout your favorite color. Ready? And catch that 0 level voice. Roll those hands back down in 3, 2, 1, 0. So it tells us to organize the data using tally marks or a simple math picture to answer the question. So along the side of this graph, we see the colors. Red. What's the color in the middle? Faith? Green. And what's the color at the bottom? Umberto? Blue. Red, green, and blue. Then you have all these friends up here who got to tell us their favorite color. So let's look at this first guy here. His favorite color is green. So I'm going to count all of the green choices. Here is 1. Yep, right up here. Here is 1. I'm going to count all the green ones. So that means I'm looking for all of the people who said green. So I'm looking at all of the speech bubbles to find how many who said green. How many friends did you find that chose green as their favorite color? I have a couple friends who are giving that silent signal. Thank you for not shouting it out. That helps the friends around you do their own thinking and not get tricked by this data. All right, when I say go, you can shout it out. Go! Green. 2 friends chose green as their favorite color. So now I'm going to find green. Look for the word green.
I found it.
Next to green, I'm going to draw a simple math drawing. Our directions tell us we can use tally marks or a simple math drawing. So I'm going to use circles, since that's something we're used to. 1, 2. Now, we are in first grade. So what do first graders do when we draw simple math problems? We always label that, and that also helps us to double check. That tells me that 2 friends have chosen green. Now, for red and for blue, we need to do the same thing, right? I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Can you fill out the rest of your chart for the friends who chose red or the friends who chose blue? You do not need to answer the questions yet. We will do that together. But 2 minutes to fill out the rest of your chart. If you're done, go back to double check. Make sure you have added labels. Double check, labels. Nice job, Jane. I noticed that you're crossing those off as you count them so you don't accidentally count them twice. Oh wow, already I'm seeing lots of different strategies. Some friends are drawing simple math circles like I did. Some friends are practicing those down marks. Have about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Are you filling out the rest of that chart? Friends chose red. So we have all of the friends who have chosen red. Adults so proud at the work you're showing for. Nice job. You're working hard. You've been focused the entire time since we started that time. Good job. We will do this together, friends. Keep reading them so you can start understanding. Good, double check. Less than 1 minute. Then I need your help filling out my graph. Alright, I'm looking for some friends who are sitting calmly, and who would like to tell me, what did you find for this part? For red. How many people in this group chose red as their favorite color? Oh my goodness, I only have 3 hands up. I saw much more work than that. Take a look at your graph, at your chart that you already made one. How many friends in this group chose red? Jade, how many did you count?
So I counted by like crossing those red.
Okay, so
I already did. I put six people.
okay, she says 6 people. So I'm kind of doing what she did. She said she took away the ones that said red, so she knew. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 6. I'm gonna draw my circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to double check by adding my labels. 1, 2, that looks like a 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, this is a little slow for us today. So we've got 6 friends who have chosen red. How many friends chose blue? Take a look at your chart. You already did that work. I'm looking for friends who are on their pockets. And looking for friends who have that silent hand and aren't shouting out the answer, giving their friends time to think of what the answer might be. Let's see, Oliver.
5.
You think 5 chose blue? All right, let's see. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch your shoulders if you also got 5. If you got something different, show us the different sign. Okay? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to draw those circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to include my labels. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. tried your tally marks. Maybe you tried to draw squares. Or maybe you drew stars.
Or people.
Maybe you drew quick, a simple stick man, thank you.
Or people.
But each simple drawing that you drew equals one person. If you drew a star, it equals one person's vote. If you drew a stick person, it equals one person. Each object that you drew represents one vote. Now, let's take a look at these questions at the bottom. Since we've been leveling up, I want your help. I want your help to read these questions for us. Who can read question number 1? Who can read question number 1? JP's checking it. No one wants to try reading question 1 for us? Oh, there we go. It's like, wait a second, you guys love to read. JP's nice and loud, read question number 1.
How many people choose red as their favorite color?
We already did that work, didn't we? Because we're so smart. What should we put here? How many people chose red as their favorite color?
6.
6. And I want you to notice that even though there was a line there, they also included their labels. So if we write, here's red, 6, we write the number 6, they also include that label. 6 people liked red. 6 people liked red. We know that because we have it in our chart. And the information or that image at the top gave us that data. Question number 2, who can read question number 2 for us? Oliver.
How many people chose blue as their favorite color?
I need a friend to come up and do this for me. How many people chose blue as their favorite color? Faith, come on up. Ooh, I like that she looked right down to her workbook because she already got that answer down. She's gonna make sure it matches up here. Friends, as she writes it, give her the same signal if you agree, or give her that different signal if she should double check. Can you read it to us? This here?
There.
What's the number? 5 people
Like you.
say, good job, Faith.
Good job, Faith.
Oh my goodness, that sounded so weak. Say, good job, Faith.
Good job, Faith.
Number 3. Who can read number 3? Mark. It's also in your book too, if this one's.
Oh.
Yep, you got it. How many people choose green as their favorite color? Who can come up and write that for us? How many people chose green as their favorite color? Sadie, go on up. As Sadie writes it, give her a silent signal. Let her know you agree with her, or let her know we should double check. Okay, and then read it to us, Sadie. People like green. Let's say, nice job, Sadie.
Nice job, Sadie.
Moving right along to number 4. Who can read us number 4? Thank you, friend, for helping us out. Who can read number 4? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Red.
Number 4. Which color?
What color
Received.
received the least amount of votes?
Which color received the least amount of votes? Odessa, you did some great work on your paper. Which color received the least amount of votes? to write that on number 4. Now, if we had extra room, what else could we say? Would we just stop at green? No, we could say green had the least amount of votes.
It's a green? No, it's red.
So there's 2, right? But it says which color. So we want to write the name of the color. Do you see green up here somewhere where you can write that? Yeah, where do you see green? Yeah, right here. So take that word green and write that on the line. Green. As she's writing green on number 4, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5 asks us to write a number sentence that tells the total number of people who added their favorite color. So think, we want to know the total amount of people who voted. The total amount of people at the top of this page who gave us their favorite color. How many people voted? I already see Umberto thinking and counting. But we also want to see a number sentence. Take a moment. Can you think of a number sentence that matches some of this word? What is the total number of people who were asked their favorite color? What is the total number of people who asked their favorite color? Now, what about a number sentence? All right. We're gonna have our friend Jay Keys come on up to the board and he's going to give us a number sentence that matches. Would you come up, pull that mask up? All right, I'll give you this and I'll hold this for you. Can you write it down here on the, like you just did? Juliana, check your number sentence. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for showing your friend footage. That's okay, here. I know this one's different than what we do because our online friends aren't with us right now, so it's a different, kind of a different one. Okay, and then you're. All right. Then step to the side, friends, and can you read that for us? Here's his number sentence. As he's going to read that for us, check your body, make sure you're in your pockets. Maybe you're going to put that pencil down for a moment so you can hear JP nice and loud, so we can hear you through your maths.
5 plus 2, 5 plus 2 plus 6.
15 for the total number of people. Jakey's, why did you write a 5? What does the 5 represent? The 5 represents the people that liked blue. What does the 2 represent, Sadie? The number 2, that represents the people who liked green. And that 6 represents the people who liked red. So we have the blue, the green, and the red for a total of 13 people. Nice job. Thank you so much, Jakey's. Friends, I'm going to ask that you put your pencil down in the middle of your notebook and sit in star in 3, 2, 1, and 0. How did you think about this first graphing problem? So let's take a moment. I'm going to give you some numbers. I'm sorry, not numbers, your thumbs. Thumbs up means that it felt pretty good and maybe you could go faster. Thumbs in the middle thought maybe you think that this went well today. You needed a little bit of help, but it felt good. Thumbs down, you're thinking, I have no idea what I'm doing, Miss Finn. So thumbs up, we can move a bit faster. Thumbs in the middle, this was perfect for me today. Or thumbs down, I would like a little more help. Jakey's, I can't see the friends behind you because you're not on your pockets. Give me your thought first. Thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or maybe thumbs down, we need some more practice. Okay, we got a lot of them. A lot of different friends are in a lot of different places. Now, I'm going to pull some friends, I'm going to pull some friends to my table to continue working with me. But I want us to quickly turn to the back. Turn to the back of this page. On the back of this page, you're going to see more data. And this time, the students were asked about their favorite flavor of ice cream. And they chose between chocolate. What could they choose?
Chocolate.
They could also choose strawberry. What was their second choice?
Strawberry.
Or they could choose cookie dough. What was their third choice?
Cookie dough.
So here are the tally marks that represent their votes, Carla. Your job is to take a look at the tally marks and tell me the number of votes that represent. So that's the first job. You're filling in these blanks by writing the numbers of students who voted for each. Then we'll take a look at the friends who liked cookie dough the best, friends who liked chocolate and strawberry the best, the flavor that received the least amount, the students who liked cookie dough or chocolate, and flavors that were liked by a total of 7 students. So that seems like a lot. But I'm here, right? I'm here to help you. I'm going to give some of those friends who felt like they were doing a great job, I'm gonna let you work because I know that it might have felt slow. I'm also gonna pull some friends to my table and we can work a bit more together. Bea, as soon as Jakey comes back, you may use the restroom. Here we go. That's better for us.
Can I rip it out as well?
You may rip it out as well if that's helpful for you to do your work. Nice job. Ooh, Jade is cruising along already.